Treasurer Chris Bowen will this morning announce a tax increase for cigarettes that's forecast to raise more than $5 billion across the budget cycle.
It comes ahead of tomorrow's expected release of the government's pre-election campaign economic statement. Let's go live to Canberra and our chief political reporter, Kieran Gilbert. Kieran.
Michael, the tobacco excise will increase by 12.5% a year over the next 4 years, starting from December 1 this year. Now, it's going to add $1 to a packet of 20 cigarettes as of December, and that will increase to over $5 by 2016, so $5 on top of the current price. This will add $5.3 billion to the government's bottom line. They're saying it's not just a revenue measure, though, that it's about obviously trying to deter people from taking up smoking in the first place. And Mr. Bowen will also announce today, when he confirms this tax increase, that some of this money will be spent on health and cancer services. He didn't go into the detail when he spoke to the media yesterday, but gave the general parameters of what we can expect in the full economic statement, which will be released tomorrow. This is Chris Bowen.
Said the government has a fiscal strategy in place, and that includes returning to surplus in 2016-17. I've said every single press conference I've done as Treasurer that we're committed to that, and that remains the case. That does mean some difficult decisions, but it doesn't mean cutting to the bone. It doesn't mean making decisions which would return the budget to surplus now, for example. That would be very irresponsible.
Targeting tobacco taxes today. Also, drinkers won't be let off either. A full slab of beer. The tax increase isn't as large, but still government going to chip away at that as well. 13 cents a tax rise for a slab of beer, 16 cents for a bottle of spirits. And now the coalition's copped a bit of flack for its posturing, its change of position when it comes to Treasury numbers. They've previously said that they'd be waiting the pre-election fiscal outlook, which is released 10 days into the campaign before they provide their full costings. Joe Hockey's saying they're not going to be relying on those numbers now. Rather, they're doing their own costings using the Parliamentary Budget Office and state treasuries. He's reiterated that yesterday when he spoke to David Spears on the PM Agenda program.
Government is releasing a new number to try and bully the Treasury's release of PFA.
And you think Treasury can be bullied?
Well, we'll find out. My starting point is every number that has come out of the government for the last 6 years has been wrong. So I'm not going to cop any lecture from Labor about accuracy of numbers.